Welcome to Pioneer Parent Academy. This week is Red Ribbon Week, and students all across our district are celebrating living a drug-free life by wearing a red ribbon or participating in activities throughout the week. Sadly, more and more students seem to be turning to drugs to deal with their negative feelings. So, this week, we want to share some videos with you from naturalhigh.org. Their mission is to inspire and empower students to find their natural high and give them the courage and the skills to live life well. So we hope that you enjoy these videos provided by Matt Belize as he shares information about substance abuse and how to find your natural high.
Now, you know what? The best natural high, though, in terms of being studied is exercise. Who here loves to run? Any runners in the room? 3 people? Who here hates running? Everybody else? All right. Okay. Here's something you should know about exercise. After 30 minutes of any exercise that gets your heart rate up, could be cycling, could be swimming, could be running, your brain releases chemicals. Do you know what they're called? Endorphins. Nice. One of those endorphins is a funny name, though. Anandamide. Anandamide gets released when you exercise for about 30 minutes or more. It improves your mood and improves your memory. Smoking weed, which, by the way, THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, looks so much like anandamide. Smoking weed has the opposite effect. Do that 3 or 4 times a week as a teenager, your mood gets worse, your memory gets worse. In your brain, you have one mechanism for producing highs, for making you feel happy. When you do it naturally, through sports, through laughter, through meditation, what happens is your brain releases these chemicals and you feel good, but it balances the chemicals. It never releases so much of the chemicals that it damages your brain tissue. But when you pursue a high with a drug, okay, you're forcing your brain into a state it doesn't naturally want to be in. And your brain responds by doing various things. First of all, your brain can become damaged if you give it too much of the chemicals, and it's toxic essentially for the pleasure center. But over time, let's say you use something like weed on a regular basis, your brain responds with something called homeostasis, which is it trying to maintain balance. You force your brain into a high state, the brain reacts by putting you in a low state to try to respond to it. And what we see over time is people who use drugs a lot, their everyday life becomes dull, gray, listless, and they start to use drugs just to feel normal. So you have a choice. You get to choose in your life how you're going to get a high. And this is the time in your life when it's so important. It's as important as choosing what kind of food are you going to eat. Are you going to pursue fast food that's unhealthy for you, that you know is going to lead to some pretty negative health outcomes? Or do you choose slow food, more fresh, unprocessed foods if you can get your hands on them? What's your choice going to be? My name is Matt Bellis, and my natural high is surfing. Although today, can't do it. Broke my finger biking of all things. But you know what? I have lots of natural highs. Whether it's eating a great meal, cooking, gardening, laughing, telling jokes, it's all good. I'm in pursuit of natural highs. That's my mission in life. What happens in the 1990s is a huge lawsuit. It's called the Master Settlement Agreement. The big tobacco companies get sued for over $200 billion. And what comes out in the news, of course, is how much they were lying to us. They were lying to cover up that smoking causes cancer. They were lying to say they didn't manipulate cigarettes to jack up the rates of nicotine to keep people addicted. And part of that agreement had them slap labels on there that said it causes cancer. They couldn't advertise anymore. They also we saw a banning of smoking in buildings all around the country, and it became incredibly uncool. It bothered my generation that these companies were lying to us and manipulating us. But now, of course, here we are today. Those same big tobacco companies who were losing billions of dollars, millions of customers, figured out, hey, you know what? If you create these devices that look cool with flavors appealing to kids, they'll use them in great numbers. Now we have middle school students poisoning themselves in classrooms, and the teachers don't even know what's going on. They can do it in their shirt. Nobody knows. So These vapes could very much cause cancer at high rates too, and we may not find out for 10 or 15, 20 years. But what's going to change the progression of teens vaping is you guys saying, I don't want to be the experiment. You're not experimenting on me. Nicotine, by the way, does something called the brain itch. If you've never heard about this, it's important to know. You dose yourself, you relax. Everybody wants to relax, right? But over time, you start to feel your stress building, and your brain thinks, oh, I'm having a stressful day today. I need another hit to relax. You know what? You do that, and you relax again. And then the stress builds a little while later, and you want another hit. What's really occurring is you're withdrawing from nicotine. Your brain thinks you're having a stressful day. No, you're withdrawing.
We hope you found these videos helpful, and as always, if you'd like to request more information about these topics, please complete the Google Forms that are attached to this post. Thank you.